determined that no probable cause exists to file any charge against Officer Wilson.
That statement led to explicits being shouted and tears down students' faces. A group of Bobcats then marched from the Civil War Monument to Baker University Center. They gathered to sit in silence for 4.5 minutes as Michael Brown's family asked the nation to do earlier Monday afternoon. When that time expired, they let out all their emotions and anger.
Mike Brown shouldn't have been shot and left in the street for 4.5 hours to bake in the sun, and that his parents deserve some kind of justice.
When is this gonna end? How many people need to be convinced that this is wrong, that it's about racism?
Charles Manson is still sitting in a jail. He got a trial. But my people are getting gunned down in the street. We don't get a trial. Apparently, just walking around with brown skin is enough of a threat to make this justified. But what upsets me most is that I knew this would be the outcome. I don't even know if I'm willing to fight anymore.
Even though some students were discouraged with the outcome, others called for these emotions to be used as motivation.
Let's take the sadness and do something with it. I don't know what that is yet, but that's what it is.
This motivation, this anger, should serve as your motive to act differently and to approach your fellow human beings and your fellow comrades differently.
Students took that advice as they started to create demands to bring to the university and to both OUPD and APD. One student called for the police to be disarmed completely. Others believed that education is the answer.
The real issue, we need to do things like increase the rates of African Americans who are in school. We need to do things like give us more opportunity through scholarship. We need to do things like go farther into the inner city and try to recruit. We need to make us feel at home while we're here. We just need to, treat us like the family the Bobcat family that we're fed when we get here.
Student Senate heard the message.
It's going to take time for everyone to sort of talk through the issues, talk through what we want to see here at OU, and also sort of put that into the wider context of what happens here is hopefully going to influence and affect the discourse in Ohio, the discourse in the United States, and beyond.
That discourse continued throughout the evening when the students stayed in Baker after closing hours. They voted on whether or not to occupy Baker Center. The police were never called, and the students were allowed to continue protesting. That announcement led to applause and joyous chants. These students plan on continuing this discussion of racial justice on this campus in the future.
Be ready to come back to campus after break and continue to raise hell.
Reporting for WOUB News, I'm Karli Bell.